Business Focus, brought to you by KCB. KCB, making the difference.
It's the last day of January 2013, a month that has seen entrepreneurs across the region embark on different activities and taking advantage of the situation. It's another hour of unlocking business potential of entrepreneurs across the East African region. Welcome to Business Focus. Ahead on this week's program, we give you reasons why you need to venture into pig farming. We showcase a social enterprise that is transforming East Africa through football. We also spend time with a Rwandese organization that has built a network to enable local artisans benefit from their innovations. We welcome your feedback on our SMS number 8041, our email address bf@standardmedia.co.ke, also our Facebook page and Twitter handle displayed right on your screen. I'm Joy Doreen Bira. Business begins now. On today's Business Beyond Limits segment, we delve into pig farming, what you need to know about this business, what it requires to get into the business, just about how much do you need to start off pig farming, and we're going to be speaking to an expert who actually is a practicing farmer, Anthony Nelson, who's going to be telling us exactly what we need to be successful pig farmers. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you. What exactly do you do? How long have you been doing this?
We've been doing this now for 2 years, and currently we have about 400 animals, and that's what we do.
What are the basic requirements that you need to start off pig farming or commercial pig farming?
Okay, to kick off, obviously, one of the main things is your building and your design, and what really do you want to do. We started off with a small batch of 20 animals and one building, and then it's been working for us, so we've been expanding as we're going on.
Well, tell us about the types of pigs that can flourish in Kenya and the kind of breeds that you're having right now.
We have two common breeds in Kenya, and obviously this is a Danish genetic that we bought from Farmer's Choice, who imported these animals many years ago, and a very common breed, which is the Landrace and the Yorkshire. We then mix the two and make an LY cross, which is now sold for commercial or slaughter.
All right, and if we are to talk about the life cycle, because the breeds you just talked about are breeds that are not that common in Kenya, so what exactly is the life cycle, the production cycle of these pigs here?
Pigs are very fast growing, and you can produce two times a year. A sow has she's on gestation for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. And obviously that period is when she's now pregnant, and when she's given birth, and she spends 5 weeks with the piglets. We keep them for 4 to 5 weeks depending on the sizes, and then we separate them again, and then the mother goes back into the cycle again. For the weaners, now they become weaners from piglets. They now take another 6 months before we now send them out for slaughter.
And what is the ratio of the male-female pigs that you have in these breeding houses?
We have, at the moment, we have 45 sows, which is the mothers, and 3 males, who are the ones serving them. That's the ratio we have at the moment at the farm. Yeah.
Great. And I think I've noticed that the breeds here, or the different pigs, are separated in 3 houses. So why the separation, and exactly how does it work?
The main reason is one is management. We found it easier when we have different sections. 2 is diseases. So in terms of biosecurity, we made a house which is now just for the mothers. Then we have a maternity house which is only used for maternity, and then we have a fattening and weaning house where they now have just been fed for slaughter.
At what weight and age are the pigs ready for the commercial market?
You know, again, the secret is the feed, obviously. The quicker you can get them out and to grow, the quicker you can grow them fat and out, the better for you. We are currently doing 6 months, but the secret is the feed. We found out, we've done a lot of experiments with Sigma feeds, and we have been trying different variety and different types of feed until we found a right feed that is suiting us. We have seen that using maize, soya, fish meal, soya beans, and many different raw materials, we've managed to find a formulation that is suiting the growth on the pigs. And again, the most important thing is also affordable. You know, you can feed them with, you know, 5-star feed, you know, and they're not growing. So it's just a matter of what type of raw material you're using here.
Anthony, what is the market price for pigs that are ready for the commercial market?
Actually, we're selling live animals, and we're selling it to the biggest and the one and only established slaughter company in this country, which is Farmer's Choice. We kind of have a contract with them, and we are supplying them on a regular basis.
And of course, we can't say that you do not face challenges. So I would like to know, if any, what are the challenges when you're dealing with pig farming?
The main challenge is diseases, so biosecurity is the main thing. So we try and run it antibiotic free. Obviously, we do have some problems if we do have common diseases like diarrhea and stuff like that. That is normal, but otherwise, that is the main challenge.
So for anybody who would like to try out pig farming, what are some of the tips that you would pass on to the young entrepreneurs who would like to try out this business?
Okay, I mean, a pig is it's an easy animal to work with, and people think that pigs are filthy animals and they have to run in muck and dirt. As you've seen, we try and keep it very clean. The cleaner you can keep your farm, the less diseases there is, the nicer the environment is. What we have seen is that the tip that I would give people is not to use byproducts. Use the correct feed. Again, byproducts do come with diseases. You don't know what you're getting from this byproduct. So one of the main things I would say is use the correct feed, and you know, keep the environment clean. Hygiene is the secret in farming. So.
And if we're going to break it down to the profits that you make out of one animal, say maybe the live weight is about 93 kilograms and the slaughter weight is about 63. How much profit do you make out of one animal?
The market price at the moment, it varies, as I said, so you're looking at between 180 kilos to 250 shillings a kilo, depending on the demand. We're making between 4,000 to 5,000 shillings profit per pig.
Well, thank you very much. It was an honor having you on our Business Beyond Links. The African Cup of Nations is the most revered and celebrated football tournament across the African continent and far beyond. In the Emerging Enterprise, we spend time with an enterprise that has been inspired in a unique way by the sport. This and more coming up after the break. Do stay with KTN Business Focus.
The ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in South Africa is one of the highly revered and celebrated tournaments in the continent, bringing together 52 states to cheer 16 teams as they display creme de la creme of Africa's football. Kenya may have nothing much to rejoice in the tournament after the national football team failed to qualify for the finals, but all is not lost. There is something to be proud of, as a Kenyan social enterprise has made major strides in football in a unique way. Situated along Mombasa Road in Nairobi, Alive and Kicking is a social enterprise that manufactures sport balls with an aim to provide balls for children, create jobs for adults, and promote health education through sport.
This company was registered in Kenya in August 2004.
We have three very simple key objectives. One, creating employment. Two, providing children in Africa who would otherwise not have good balls to play with good footballs to play with. And 3, talking to them about social awareness. Now, the social awareness refers to not just health, where we are talking about malaria and AIDS, but also about social messaging, peace and reconciliation, drug abuse, how to cross roads, and so forth.
Comprised of a team of 70 skilled youthful employees, the company was established back in 2004 by the late Jim Corgan, an inspirational teacher with a passion for African development.
We had co-funding at the start, but how do we sustain ourselves? By continuously having orders that would allow us to have the 50 people you see behind me continuously employed. That's how we sustain this initiative. So we don't get any co-funding on a year-to-year. No, as long as we can sell, we can sustain.
The making of a ball consists of 4 main stages. Here, the leather is segmented into hexagons and pentagon shapes using this special machine.
This leather is brought in, it's already prepared for us and it's ready to stitch. So it comes in sheets. Then we use the hydraulic press to cut it into panels. So each panel, for example, a size 5 ball consists of 32 panels, 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons. So these are stitched together to make a ball.
This is followed by branding.
We brand our balls, we can customize them to whatever the customer requires. The balls come in different colors.
Stitching of the balls is done in this workshop by a skilled workforce. One football comprises 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons.
The balls are made out of locally sourced leather. We get the leather from Bata and from LIK here in Kenya, Leather Industries Kenya. We get bladders. We also use bladders, but these bladders are not locally, we don't source them locally, we source them from a company in India. However, we're trying to seek ways in which we can be able to get these bladders locally.
The balls are stitched manually and each stitcher can make a maximum of 4 balls in a day, depending on their skill and speed.
Currently, with the 50 stitches, we're making 150 balls a day. But again, all this is dependent on what kind of orders you're able to bring in. But at our peak in 2008, between 2008 2007, we had a fantastic order from UEFA, 93,000 footballs that went to 53 African countries. At the time, we were producing about 500 balls in a day.
The company produces an assortment of balls ranging from football, netball, rugby and handball, which are sold beyond East Africa.
And in being a social enterprise, we don't get co-funding. We had co-funding at the start, but how do we sustain ourselves? By continuously having orders that would allow us to have the 50 people you see behind me continuously employed. And that's how we sustain this initiative.
Their clients include schools, non-government organizations, companies, government departments and individuals. Through the venture, the company has been able to create sustainable employment in the production chain, use sports to provide social values and health awareness, among many.
We have a turnover of about 40 million shillings a year. So we are able to sell about 40,000 footballs every year. We'd love to grow this to 100,000 footballs a year. But like I said, our biggest challenge therein is to have or to secure these long-term ball orders that would allow us not just to keep these people in jobs, but provide more footballs out there.
The enterprise has been on a steady growth path and is currently making an annual profit of 40 million shillings.
We would like to expand. We would like to see this skill taken to the rural areas, and we want to see a situation where we have rural stitching centers. This will help the youth in those areas be able to get a meaningful skill and get into employment.
Alive and Kicking has been working progressively to improve the quality and increase the quantity of balls they produce. The company's dreams is to have their balls approved by UEFA to be used in future international tournaments such as the African Cup of Nations and the World Cup.
In the regional market segment, we spend time with an organization in Rwanda which has built a network that is enabling local artisans make sustainable revenue from their innovations. Rwanda is on a steady growth path and recovery from the genocide, but to date, the devastating effects of genocide continue to be felt by the population. There are sad stories of thousands who were left orphans and widows languishing in poverty without basic formal education. This has made it difficult for them to get formal employment and participate in nation building. However, all is not lost. Azizi Life, an organization in southern Rwanda, has been uniting the affected rural communities in groups and training them to initiate small-scale businesses.
We have 21 groups and 95% are women and the others are men.
This has seen several groups in the region employ their training to generate income by weaving various products using locally available resources.
The materials for weaving are local. The main materials that they have, it is sisal. It's a plant of sisal, and then with the sisal they can get the fibers, and with that fibers they do many things. They can make small baskets, as you look there. They can make the basket.
The idea of this initiative is to give local people the skills necessary to run successful businesses. Participants have continuously received training in areas such as improving literacy, writing plans, applying for bank loans, among many.
The individual artists that we work with, they remain in the villages. They do their work from within their homes, and then they kind of group together in the villages and in the communities. We then help, they either bring the products here, or if they're a long way away, we go to them with a truck and bring stuff back. We then ship the items to a warehouse in America, and we're able to distribute directly. So we do all of the kind of logistics, all of the marketing, and all of the financing.
This program has been successful in significantly improving the skill and efficiency of the rural entrepreneurs, although many continued to struggle financially due to lack of market for their products.
We primarily sell in America, we also sell a little bit in Europe and in the UK, and we also offer an opportunity for people visiting Rwanda to go out and visit the artists and learn how to weave. So we also sell some products here in Rwanda too.
Today, this problem lies in the past. The organization has developed a module that gives the artists an opportunity to connect to a much larger market, enabling the community's rise out of poverty.
Azizi Life buy the product, but you have also a website where all people who have internet, they can go through our website and click there. They have the story of our groups. They have the product. They can make an order through our website.
In the marketing module, items made by the artisans are collected, priced, then marketed to the European market through the IT platform.
Currently are bracelet, the miniature basket for Christmas, the earrings, and the balls. The balls are popular.
This module has increased sales and has seen the groups earn considerable revenue from the venture, enabling them to take care of their basic needs.
With the help of Azizi Life, the group has reached many things, such as to pay the school fees for their children, to pay health insurance, and sometimes when they are weaving, they try to resolve conflict, and they talk about the problem, and then they try, if there is a conflict, they can discuss about that conflict, and they can find resolution.
The organization has also developed a tourism module that sees tourists visit these communities and share experiences at a fee that goes to the groups.
We have also an Azizi Life experiences, which helps the ladies and the women who works with Azizi Life, because it is linked. We have tourism, as you see on that photo, and they can come, they visit the group. We have now 2 groups, and we would like to extend them.
Currently, the group is working to increase the sales so that each artisan can earn a minimum of $100 per month from their productivity. At first glance, Azizi Life would appear to simply be a marketing and export company that helps the rural artists of Rwanda access the wider global market, but it is much more. The initiative has seen Rwandese communities unite and bind their social fabric towards physical and spiritual wholeness for all. And that's all we had time for this week on Business Focus. We're always happy to play a role in shaping the future of entrepreneurship in East Africa. I leave you with the words from a Chinese proverb that states, if you want prosperity for 1 year, grow grain. If you want prosperity for 10 years, grow trees. If you want prosperity for 100 years, grow people. We continue to welcome your feedback and suggestions about the show on our email address, bf@standardmedia.co.ke. Our SMS number is 8041. We continue this discussion on our Facebook page and Twitter handle displayed right on your screen. I'm Joy Doreen Bira. Thank you for joining us and have a good night.
Business Focus, brought to you by KCB. KCB, making the difference.